Lung cancer, a diagnosis that once felt like the final chapter, is now witnessing a wave of groundbreaking innovation. With over 2.1 million patients suffering from cancer worldwide in 2024, the need for better detection and especially treatment has never been more urgent. Think about Walt Disney, the visionary behind some of the world's most beloved stories. His life was tragically cut short by lung cancer in 1966, an era where treatment was limited and outcome bleak. Now today, groundbreaking drug and technology are delivering hope to patients, from precision medicine that tailor the treatment based on your unique genetic makeup to the rise of liquid biopsy, making early detection easier and less invasive than ever before. And that's not all. Breakthrough therapy like CAR-T and AI-powered diagnostic are pushing the boundary of what's possible. With such advances, we are seeing hope on the horizon for millions of patients afflicted by cancer worldwide.
I'm Christina Bear. Welcome to today's Business Minute.
Emerging biotech hedge fund, Evergrowth Biohealthcare Capital. We invest mainly in young growth biotech company that have their lead drug in the preclinical stage or early product stage because they have much more growth potential. There are new gene therapy being approved, gene editing drug, and then also innovative drug to treat obesity, to treat diabetes, to treat liver condition, and also many novel or new drugs to treat cancer. Now, by investing in companies that are at the forefront of such innovation, we support the cause that will continue to deliver the hope and new drug and new technology that ultimately improve the quality of life for the patient.
In our binary event forecasting strategy, we have a very high success rate, over 80% success rate. And by utilizing that, we get able to position out properly and take advantage of those opportunities.
Within 6 months, we have an over 40% return. So in the coming year, there's a chance of even grow up to multiple year-fold in a very short time.
Welcome to this week Open Mic webinar. The topic for this week, as you can see, is lung cancer. I'm substituting for our chairman of the Medical and Scientific Advisory Committee, Dr. Van Nguyen. Here I'll share with you a brief overview and recap of what we discussed with our leadership team. Today I started out on a presentation of lung cancer by giving definition of this condition, and that's malignant. That's a malignant outgrowth or neoplasm starting in the lung itself. Dr. Miley made this share this video with us. As you can see, inside the lung there's a malignant growth. There's the nodule. I then went into the etiology or the causes of lung cancer, and most of you, as you can imagine, is the leading cause is due to tobacco smoking. But then there are other genetic causes and other environmental toxins that can contribute to the development of lung cancer itself. Causes for lung cancer, as you all can see, is mostly due to smoking, tobacco use, but there's also other environmental factors like radiation exposure, environmental toxin exposure. Other cause for cancer is the genetic mutation. So in recent years, as you can appreciate, there's improvement in diagnostic, in genetic profiling, so we can see the underlying cause of cancer much better. And with that, we can tailor-made treatment to be very specific for the patient. I then went into the category of lung cancer, with the two main types being small cell lung cancer and non-small cell lung cancer. Type of lung cancer is stratified or divided into two types: non-small cell lung cancer, small cell lung cancer. And then within non-small cell lung cancer, you have the adenocarcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, large cell carcinoma. And lung cancer, as you can appreciate from the economic viewpoint, is the type of cancer where novel drugs that are being made in this area, drugs that deliver a novel and differentiated solution, will have the best chance of getting blockbuster revenue. Next, I discussed the prevalence. From the video earlier introduction, you can see that this condition is very prevalent, afflicting 2.1 million of patients worldwide. Next, I discussed the effect on the body. For example, with the lung cancer hitting the lung, then you have impaired breathing function or impaired respiratory function. And then as this throat disease progresses, it will spread to other areas of the body. If it's moved up, then it can hit the cancer will hit your brain. If it's moved down, it can hit your liver and colon. The key hallmark of the sign and symptom that I discussed is aside from the impaired respiratory function or lung function, like coughing, shortness of breath, chest pain, but the key is to giving us clue that the patient might be suffering from lung cancer is the unexpected weight loss. And then I went into discussion of how we diagnose this condition, to imaging, to confirmatory diagnosis with the biopsy, tissue biopsy. And then I discussed about the importance of molecular molecular testing. That is to say, to profile the genetic component of the cancer so that we can develop a drug that are geared specifically for the patient. Once we suspect that the patient may be suffering from cancer, we'll order imaging tests like X-ray, CT scan, PET scan, depending on the location that we suspect of the cancer. For patients suspecting of lung cancer in this situation, an X-ray is very, very important. Once we have suspected of lung cancer, then we need to do a test that is definitive to confirm the diagnosis, and that's with getting a tissue of the lung sample. And with tissue biopsy to get sample of the lung, we send that to pathology, and then the pathologist can look at the slide and help us to confirm the diagnosis of cancer. Now, in the recent years, there's molecular testing, which is very important. Aside from diagnosing cancer, we do genetic profiling of the cancer to identify the specific cause of cancer, what subtype of lung cancer it is. Next, I went into the treatment and outcome, with the traditional treatment being chemotherapy, and then advancing into surgery, targeted therapy, and novel immunotherapy, like the immune checkpoint inhibitor. Chemotherapy, like platinum-based drug, is used first line, but that's very non-specific. It's a nuke approach, so it will kill all the cells in the body that divide fast, and that includes the cancer cell, but also cell lining the patient intestine, the hair cell. So patient on chemotherapy will often go bald because it kills the hair cell and cell lining the intestine. So the patient would not able to tolerate food and drink very well. Now, if the cancer for the lung, if that cancer is too big, we have to shrink it with radiation therapy so that it will become smaller. And once it become at a manageable size, then we can do surgery to remove the cancer itself. We can remove the lobe of the lung through lobectomy, or we can remove the whole lung itself, maybe removing either the left lung or the right lung. Now, targeted therapy like EGFR inhibitor, ALK inhibitor, those specific targeted therapy are for patients with the specific subtype of cancer that has that certain genetic signature. Immunotherapy, also in the recent year, is also very, very important. These are the immune checkpoint inhibitor, PD-1, PD-L1 inhibitor. I then discussed the commonly prescribed drug, like the chemo, the targeted therapy, for example, EGFR inhibitor, alartinib, ALK inhibitor, crizotinib, and then the immune checkpoint inhibitor for novel immunotherapy, like Keytruda, pembrolizumab, and Opdivo, which is nivolumab. Next, I discussed about the novel medication that targeted EGFR and MET mutation, as well as discussing the interesting new medication in the previous few years, that is sotorasib, which is the KRAS G12C inhibitor. And the KRAS inhibitor is very, very important. It's one of the two most common mutations associated with lung cancer. For last part of the presentation, I discussed about potential new stock, new investment for this area. Due to compliance, I cannot share with you specific name of the company, but you want to look for a company that deliver novel solution for treating lung cancer, not another chemotherapy, but a targeted therapy for the drug. So the more specific the drug is, let's say if the drug is geared to treat the two most common mutation, EGFR and KRAS, that can be potentially lucrative investment for you. And the other novel approach that you should focus on is the new way of diagnosing the lung cancer, that is through a liquid biopsy, the traditional blood test that can also give us cue us in on earlier diagnosis for the patient. If you want to capture this lucrative opportunity while investing in the innovation that deliver hope to the patient, but you either don't have time or you don't have the expertise, reach out to us, contact us. We'll schedule a call to see if we are the right fit for each other.